Hi guys, welcome to the Diamond District. Lately I've been very anxious. I've been very, I almost want to say burnt out, but not really. I don't really like using that word because it implies that like you just got nothing left. But my energy has been pretty low as of late. Just all this preparing to go to LA and making sure this is straight, and then also planning for the launch of my business, my clothing line. All these different things, and then on top of that, architecture school, and then trying to work out and prioritizing my relationship and all these different things. Like that is one of the more challenging aspects, I think, of being a man, because everything is important. Every single thing is important, and there's a lot of balancing, there's a lot of juggling, there's a lot of figuring out, there's a lot of prioritizing, reprioritizing. And I've really reached this point where I'm able to see how vital time is. Like, time is so vital, it's not even funny. Especially when you start to stack things up on your plate. I'll give you an example. If I go to sleep late, which I've done quite often, so I'm going to sleep at like 12. And if I wake up at like 5, yeah, it's really not much sleep, especially if I'm lifting weights. Wake up at like 5, I'll go and I'll work out, and after working out, depending on if I'm off, if I have work, what the shift is, I have enough time to maybe make music, maybe work on my school assignment, look into executing things for my business or things of that nature. That's if I wake up at 5. If I wake up at 8, if I wake up at 9, if I wake up at the time my body kind of naturally needs from sleep deprivation that it's been going on for days, because I'm constantly waking up late, waking up around 7 or 8 o'clock. You would think like, oh, well, 5, 7 is just a 2-hour difference. That's 2 hours that I'm losing for productivity. That's 2 hours I don't get an opportunity to make music or learn something for music. That's 2 hours taken away from maybe learning something that would improve my relationship. It's 2 hours taken away from learning something that would improve my business. And even in moments where I'm just trying to like relax or woosah, that's an hour or an hour 30 minutes away from all of the things that I just mentioned and more, trying to learn new ways for income. So when, if you're young watching this, like young in the sense of like 15, 16 years old, like your concept of time is so skewered, because high school feels like it's forever until it's not. High school feels like it's forever until it's your senior year. And if you have the pleasure of going to college, that feels like an additional forever until you're not in college anymore. And all you're dealing with is real life. Time goes from feeling like forever to feeling like, damn, where did this shit go? And I'm not even like on that type of time of just regret or reminiscing of the time past. It's just more of like, my relationship with time back then and my relationship with time now is so different. Maybe because I just have more priorities and things I'm trying to balance, but you're so much more aware of the time that is slipping away. I used to say this a lot, and it's crazy as I get older, it hits heavier and heavier. Time is the only currency that's going to spend itself. That's why it's the most valuable thing in the world. It's going to spend itself anyway. There's nothing you can do to stop it. However, if you're able to guide the flow of your time to where it's being spent, it becomes such a valuable resource, because of your time. If you're spending your time wisely or spending your time the way you want, the growth is beautiful. The change is beautiful. That's why people who are able to live life on their own terms for an extended period of time, they become almost like these mythical characters or these mythical creatures. Like, what sounds really beautiful to me? 5 years of just going to the gym, going to a martial arts class like jiu-jitsu or maybe boxing or Muay Thai or something, going to a gun range, and then doing those 3 things every day for 5 years. uninterrupted. The type of person you would be from doing those simple 3 things for 5 years is fucking phenomenal. The type of person you would be is unbelievable. You'd be walking around a literal threat to society if you chose to be. Let's replace those 3 things with, you spent the last 5 years being your meat, watching a bunch of Netflix. What's the third thing? And chasing women or men. You get absolutely nothing except, at best, emotional intelligence from chasing women or men, and really not much. Really not much. If you were to be as critical about all the things that you do and just look at a single thing and be like, if I did this every day for a 5-year span, what would happen? And you sit there and you think about it, you would really engage with shit so different. So totally different, because it's like, wow, this is a complete waste of time. There are moments where people realize, like, they have epiphanies like, why am I doing this? This is a complete waste of time. That occurs like ever so often. But if you were to consciously gauge things on whether or not this would benefit you in 5 years, the way you would spend your time and the way time would repay you, or better yet, time would treat you, is so incredibly magnificent. It's not even funny. Like, I'm honestly speechless because I'm just literally lost in my own imagination of what the next 5 years are gonna look like for me, because of how I know I'm spending my time now. And I'm not necessarily like completely happy with where all my time is going, but if this is where all of my time is going and this is what I'm doing, I will reap benefits and rewards from it. And it's just really trying to improve or swap out better things for the things I'm doing now. And that's really the best system for you to get better. Like, don't just completely collapse or just say, fuck it. You know, and I've done that so many different times in my life, guys. It just doesn't benefit you at all. It never does. Like, because life never stops, you should never stop. For real. It's really as simple as that. Because life don't stop, you shouldn't stop. Because when life stops, that's it. The book is over, bro. It's done. There's no coming back. There's no coming back. And when time is spent, it's spent. And this is how, like, some people can end up very bitter because they're so worried about the time that's passed that they can't get back, and their mind is totally on the moment's gone. But you also don't want to be delusional and be so focused on the future that you don't even realize you're doing nothing in the present. I don't really know what's the main point of this video, because I'm trying to shoot these back to back. But if you could take anything away from this, it's to be incredibly mindful of your time and where it's going and how you're spending it. Because if you're not mindful of how you're spending your time, it's going to spend itself and you'll get nothing from it. And don't be in situations where you end up spending time but you get nothing from it. And that could be a job, a relationship, a habit, a TV show, anything, bro. Your time is more valuable than that. Your time is more valuable than a TV show. Your time is more valuable than a relationship, a person, anything, bro. See, like, the people who are able to find the person that they love and really lock in with them, it's because they realize that regardless of the ups and downs, this person is worth it. So that means the time that they lose with the person is worth it. Can you honestly say the time that you've wasted with the person you're with, or the person you're thinking about being with, or the person you're fighting to get back to is going to be worth it? I feel like I can answer that for you. In most cases, no. No, it is not. It is not worth it. It's not worth it. Most cases, it's not worth it. But very few cases, it really fucking is. So try to vet as much as you can.